Hello. Welcome back to the Connect Media. This is the satellite. And if this is your first time of watching us, I will encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just click on it. And click on the notification button now so that when you live say now, you're going to get the notification straight away forward. And you load the video for phone so I won't sabaka. And I'm saying that if it's your first time watching us, just subscribe and also click on the notification button so that anytime we come on live, you're going to get the notification and just watch. Today, we are in a journey and we're going to journey in 3 stages. We have the part 1, part 2, and part 3 of the teachings that I'm going to share with you. And with the numerology aspect also, it comes together. So you got to understand this thing so that you will get the concept. We started this platform purposely for people to understand their numbers and why numbers are important. People don't understand this concept. They think that this concept of knowing your number and other things are occultism and demonic. It is not so. It's never true. You got to know your number. You got to know the influence it comes with. Actually, I say, do you know why you have a name? A name given to you to give you identification, for you to be identified. And therefore, the numbers that we are teaching for all this while helps you also to identify yourself and the effect it brings to your life. Today, we are in a journey and we have a very beautiful topic, that what God didn't tell me. And we'll go into the Bible and we'll build the basis of what we want to learn so that you get the foundation. I don't only want you to be a follower of the Connect Media family, but I want you to be an esteemed Christian who understands the concept of the Bible so that you will not be deceived. Because the Bible says that in the last days, a lot of fake things are going to come into the system. And therefore, if you are not grounded in the things of God, you can be taken out very fast by the enemy and by the plans of the devil. So, ya ba se be chire na ama wo wani aba ho so wani ba ho so eboa wo ema ho ba bia wo kɔ eboa wo ema wani ba ho so obi ka se me wetu atena adwen sa ade wo ye nipa wo e ka no said you nya se no ade wo nipa wo e ka no da na kwan mu me ye be boa me. It's going to help you. What God didn't tell me, ayasem kese. What God didn't tell me. And I believe strongly say enyema bebre na na to abrabo. There have been a lot of issues that has come into your life as a Christian. You pray, you do everything that you are supposed to do, but certain things will happen, and someone will say me di nyame ho ya okura nyame pa ade we pa. Sometimes you yourself, where you live in your community, in your small villages, in your city, you could see that these people, they are worshiping God, they are doing everything possible, and at what you are surprised. Could you imagine what happened to Reverend Eastwood Anaba? Such an esteemed man of God, as we all know. It's an Emefa University. Nema only baby too. No more school, no more babesrano. Holiday, almost full play na car no see a car or team or befiano, Colony no. Omo University, Baku of Fana year Baku was Colony Wu, the children died. And the shocking aspect was that time too, the man of God was preaching. And whilst he was on preaching, they got the text message, the messages were coming, and one of them went to the pulpit and showed, he said, Daddy, this is the news in the system. Say, Umatu no mufi, akra bedruno, baku lego, baku tekno mo bedruno. Omo nya accident or omo. And whilst he was preaching, the man couldn't say anything. All that he could say is that it is well with my soul, with my soul. Why? The man must sing. God didn't tell him. We'll go into the Bible for you to understand and get the basis of what I'm talking about. For you to know that as a Christian, anything can happen, and you must get yourself prepared. Let's open our Bible. I'm using the King James Version of the Bible, so you can also get your own. I'm giving you some minutes. Just get a Bible. I'm giving you some minutes. Get a Bible and get a piece of paper. You've gotten it now? Have you gotten it now? Okay, now let's go. In the book of the 2nd Kings, chapter 4, verses, I'm reading from, I'm starting from verse 8 downwards. So let's read. It said, okay, let's read from verse 8. And it first on a day that Elisha passed to Shammah, where was a great woman, and she constrained him to eat bread. And it was so that as often as he passed by, he turned in there to eat bread. 9. And she said unto her husband, Behold now, I perceive that this is an holy man of God, which passeth by us continually. Verse 10 says, Let us make a little chamber, I pray thee, on the wall, and let's set for him a bed, a table, a stool, and a candlestick, that it shall be when he cometh to us, he shall turn in there. And he fell on the day, blah, 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 blah. When you are baby and not a Shanamite woman, the woman was well connected. Menkas Obano, a boy or a prime minister, until the woman was connected, but no brain was it. And the sa oba way no on any kun obani obi or very observant, and my very, very observant, and my edo money to from shad dear papa. To me, no, you are no, I catch it. Say, Adafu women penasem, so when Jana naturity, no nature of problem, it will happen. That is how women were made. I'm to me shad there, analyze idea, it to me cause a problem, and so correct way. Over to show him, say, no more problem. Why when you're ready? What do you know about what to show him, say, hey, and then the white deep power. Or because of trouble. When you are not ready for trouble, we can analyze situation or can be not the confusion about. So, by way of a Shanamite woman, no, Edin and the woman was very observant, but he was observant in the things of God. He saw this man of God passing through a particular place. There be over 4 more than anyone. He wanted to pray. There be over 4 kobompaye. Every day, this man has been passing there to go and pray. And I believe somebody say the woman will not just say, I've seen this man passing. I think say after he has perceived that this man has been passing every day, that was obeying a tree. Elisha no sudi ne chop. So show baby oko and I do put your honor because the woman was working for the government in that time. So the woman did all the investigation that she was supposed to do, and said that with the behavior of this man and the things that I've seen him doing, it could be a real man of God. So let me talk to my husband. As connected as she is, he was very humble. Okone kunu waka kire ne kunu say, miura, me srawo. Ma ho papa bi, na papa nda bi obetwam wo ha. Na me de me hu so ye nyame nipa. Miura, ye nya dan keto bi ma na ne mfa nyama bi sisim. We deal with the in 1 Kings, 2 Kings 4, verse 10. We're going to deal with it. He said, "Let us make a little chamber, I pray thee, on the wall, and let us set for him." We'll talk about the bed, the table, the stool, and the candlesticks. What it represents in the Bible, we'll talk about it. But this woman had this picture about the man of God. And he told to the husband, and the husband accepted it. And it was made for. Get this. When it was made for, the prophet, out of excitement, said that, no, this woman has done something very great that I need to do something for them. Then see, in verse 13, and he said unto him, saying, now call unto her, behold, thou hast been careful for us with all this care. What is it to be done for thee? Would thou be spoken to the king or to the captain of the host? And she answered, I dwell among my own people. Now, Prophet Elisha can say, from my mammy, my money buy no catcher and say, many or hen in Casa, and as a many captain in Casa. No, so I had the only problem. Yeah, no man, a garbo, no man, a baby, a boom. A fina prophet, no. What can be done? Na koa no ni di na chi, your friend Gehazi catch and said, Daddy, me be fie ha no mente sa abofra bi asu ha. I say, no frère maame no. Fe. Yes, there. And verse 18. No. Verse 16, he said, about this season, according to the time of life, thou shalt embrace a son. And she said, now, my Lord, thou man of God, do not lie unto thy housemaid. And the woman conceived and bare a son at the season that Elisha had said unto her, according to the time of life. Now, hadia nyamini panka chren say afise say no afayefo no awoba no, it came to pass. But don't forget that something happened between the time abofra no yebawo abofra no ene time abofra no nyi no de wo ho nyina de no obi ani abofra no nyi na atripaya te utripaya wo se wonim se na start atripaya start ya cho atripaya o na atripaya baye. The child started complaining, said, my head. Now, abofra no wu ye ti. Then the child died. And the child died. When the child died, something happened. I want to take you to the story, then if we'll get it run. We'll read 27 now. And abofra no wu ye, the woman decided, say, I need to go to this man of God, because he was the one who prophesied that I'm going to get a child. God was. Because no, or to 10 until noon, the man of God was. And of course, verse 27. This is where we'll start our basis, then we build it from. And verse 27 says that, and 2 Kings 4:27 says that, and when she came to the man of God, to the hill, she caught him by the feet. But Gehazi came near to cast her away. And the man of God said, let her alone, for her soul is vexed within her, and the Lord had hid it from me and had not told me. So we keep it here. Now let's build our way there. We need to now let's build it. One, you got to understand, say, what God wants to do. God will do it. What God wants to do. God will do it. And imagine someone, he prays for them every day. You got to understand, he prays for them every day. The piano, Obani or Oba. Because of so the rules of engagement, meaning say Elisha koba bia, oh prophets, nyame aka bibia mfa me ho, ene me ba no ho. Maka kire wo, me manyina ma wo, me ba no de. Until the woman will be doing consistent monitoring of event of the child. Because obi a oni ba enam nyame ni pa Elisha so awo ba de. He owe everything to the man of God. Until now oneno communication that was very tight. And he ran to the man of God, and there was confession that she made when the people were trying to ask her, say, what is wrong with you? It is well. Nukrubisan or say it is well. When Gehazi, the servant of the prophet, saw him and asked him, is it well with your son? Or say it is well. Even when the prophet himself, Elisha, saw her from afar, he asked her, is it well with your husband? He said yes. Is it well with your son? He said yes. But the woman continued to confess what he called positive things. If you do one more obey prophet, no son and nine. Now, Akua no so say Elisha why old na Akua but say ojai no dey jai no. Now say the Lord has hidden this from me. What God didn't tell me. And these are times that we must be very careful. The things that God didn't reveal to you. Bible says that the things that have been revealed to us is for us and our children. Certain things God will reveal them to us, so that when you are praying, you know the direction you are praying for. It is Bible says the Spirit of the Lord will reveal the secret things of God, so that even when we don't know how to pray, the Spirit will teach us how to pray. And sometimes is there. But certain things you will never be told. You will be given the outcome. Say, oba tio. Unkomshen by say oba. But I say oba nibewu. I may be before fresh say it was never said. And God hold it from the woman and the prophet himself. It was in the hand of God. Beloved, Abraham boy, and a country you to assassination. You baby ko. You won't be share aye papa me Abraham. We have people that through the grace of God will change our life. But between time as I say, I'm not say anytime I will be sharing microphone, in yema besi wo fin and I yema batoto, you never know. And therefore, you must be alert of yourself. There are some character traits that you must learn as we journey in this one. Why God didn't tell me this? What God hold it from us? You got to understand that the woman was very observant. 2, you got to understand that the woman was very humble. 3, the woman was very caring. And you got to understand that 4, the woman knew where to go when there was trouble. You got to understand this point. No obran huase. Or your ba ni ni defo no hwade. Or your ba no wayim ye adwini pa ho. And the toss of 4 say, no nim baby e so okosasem bi tona. And these are the 10. At their 4 ways, woman yes had the phone good fee, or see and see fee, yaman and pa. Yaman a kunya. Yaman table so obey do. I feel yaman a candlestick. Do you understand the candlestick? There's a fire, in the Old Testament. In the Old Testament, if you study the book of Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, the Lord said that this fire must not go out of the temple. There should be a burning fire in the temple of God. In the ark, there should be something burning. If you read the Kings, there is where a man, a son of Eli, if you had somewhere a buy and say, now the Lord needed a candle in the temple. There should be a candle. There should be a lighting in the temple. Now, that Eli and why paying the man who real sorry no more they got Tom money, no more they got Nibaba Bakudo powers up. There be a credit. So this attitude, no, Sika as some of the top or ye do good, no movia. Into somewhere on what that honor no, Nichobo Kaka the man no, ya no Yaka no the get ogumu. So the Lord said to be wise, say Eli, on to me control the man, media man on dear. Then I need to choose someone. And the purpose that God changed the priesthood from Eli to Samuel was that Samuel was not part of the thing. You got to understand this. Samuel was not part of the lineage. You know, you were a family that God decided to use them as the kingship. You know, Yamewo Abusebi or you almost say, Mono, you are priesthood lane. Mumuna yebeyi father, what you say? The Levites. And then Yamase Mumba sa. So the Bianine Fisa Busanimu neighbor. Someone was not part of them, but someone did something. When the fire in the temple was going down, the Lord said that then I need someone who was ready and who was available, and it was someone. And Yamish shifted again so that someone will keep on burning the fire. So the candlestick that the woman gave to the man of God, the woman knew said between time and before we were back, any time you be worth as so but there is one thing that must burn. There is one thing when it is always available, no matter whatever will come on your way, that thing can keep you. And that is the prayer and the fire of God. Therefore, the woman catching you could say, yes, had the man of God. The woman knew what she was planting in the future. You got to understand, you should not be myopic. 2, the woman didn't make fun of the man of God. So better no mufie na there be oba hono me do baby na ila shakwa watu akwatena hono ofi hono ma na abesha ofi hono ma na abesha o man kan ho asem ade na eto abrabo. You are confused of the situation that you find yourself. You are confused of what is happening in your life. Business is not going to be and you don't know what to do. Be very careful. All these things most of the time happen because you've spoken against men of God. You've uttered things against the men of God. Those things are speaking against you. I believe strongly say if the woman has made a mockery of the man of God, the woman have died long time. Don't forget that the same man of God, there was one who came before this one, where Elijah, Odu baby na mofano sereno. Those children, you must understand that in Kola and to me and Siripenyi Bia when they are not organized. Meaning that in painful be and no mamma be now organizing Kola and say, Samani between one monka said the Lord is my baba. One who's a tirano. So neat hair one ha. Na pampa munti, I say, oh, mushe, oba. Ubedu opa monka said the Lord is my baba. Namu sereno. So these people decided to make a mockery of the man of God. So Elijah, say, the Lord is my baba. And a buffoon or cancer say, hey, may the Lord, I command God to bring lion to consume these people. Why? Because these people, old men, were not that wise. They organized the children to make a mockery of him. And therefore he spoke and it came to pass. And it was the same likewise manner when Elisha was being observed by a woman. Get this. And the woman, knowing that the future of every person depends in the hands of God, he needed to do something. Don't forget that the Bible says that I'll build my church and the gate of hell shall not prevail against it. And now our body is the temple of Jesus Christ. You got to understand this one. And therefore, the gate of hell will not prevail against the church, meaning that this body that you are in, the tormenting of the enemy, the Lord will prevent them from coming. And therefore, pains, God will avoid them from coming. Therefore, the woman saw that, no, what can I do? Let's do this thing for this man of God and see what God will do for us. And the woman did this thing, not in say, me ya diama, we na say, onosubeye bibiamana. But their trust was in God. He said, I perceive that he is a man of God, a holy man of God. So meaning that the thing that they were doing, they were not doing for the man, they were doing it for God. But if the God that you don't see, you try to please me, how much more the man that you see? So they decided that we don't see God. We have not had the encounter of God. All the things that you have heard are stories. Therefore, if this man is of him, let's do something that is good to this man. And see what the God that they're talking about will do for us. And the husband, being a wise husband, listened and adhered to the advice of the wife. And they did it. And yet, we are journeying to somewhere. And you got to get this picture that in life, you got to understand that in life, there are principles. And in life, God is going to hold certain information from you. And to see the reaction that you do, don't forget that in the book of Corinthians, he says that God will not tempt you to anything that is above you. So everything that happens to us is within the confines of our strength. And anything that you want to avoid, you can avoid it in life. It's 100%. You can avoid anything. Anything you can avoid. So get this picture. So I will take you, we're going to do what we call the expansion of the Bible a little for you to understand. Then we'll get today's date and what it stands for, today's date and what it stands for. Then I will also teach you something, the link between today's date and how it blends with what God didn't tell me. For you to understand that numbers are very serious and that you must know. This woman and the husband, they were two. Don't forget the Bible says that where two people bind on earth is bound in heaven. And where two people lose here is lose in heaven. In the book of Amos 3:3, don't forget that it says that can two people move together without understanding? No, they move together because one is cold, the other one can warm. So meaning that anything can never be done without it being balanced. So the woman discussed with the husband and there was balance. It worked out perfectly. I didn't think it worked out perfectly. It worked out because it was an argument of two people. And after they spoke, they agreed, said, this thing must be done. And they did it perfectly. And they did it perfectly. And therefore, as nipa was assassination. Don't be so much cruel. Don't be so much selfish. Don't be so much judgmental. People are too much judgmental. Everything obey judge, and everything they will criticize. The woman and the husband refrain from this. And I'll place you here, and I'll take you to a session. I'll say, "Yabaya, they be a friend of bridges." And those bridges, teachings, no, those bridges, no, if you don't take your time, you are not going to understand. Today is 8th of May 2020, and it's 8. The number that stands for is 8. And 8 is a balanced number. And 8, in the category of the 8, you must struggle to succeed. It's a good number, but you must push. And that's also why the woman pushed. Because in the era of the 8, if you don't push, you have problem. Say woman and the banu you know cause oh nyame de mai nyame na agya nkapa ho. But the woman said that no, I've done something and I can't sit there for this thing to happen to me. So beloved, you got to understand this. And the teachings. The next chapter that we're going to go to the book of Genesis. Then we'll look at something that will be very confusing. In the teachings, I want you to take your time for pen and paper. Natural video, you must watch it and watch it. You must watch it and watch it so that you understand the concept. 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 For you to get the picture that we are painting, you understand. So you got to understand that in the book of Genesis, God did something. Bible says God created heaven and earth, and darkness was upon the surface of the deep. And the Lord said that let there be light. God created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1, verse 1 says, in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Verse 2 says, and darkness was upon the surface of the deep. And God said, let there be light. So between the creation of heaven and the earth, God wasn't expecting any other thing. Get this. I did be confused you, but you must take your time and understand. God created the heavens and the earth. And after he has created the heavens and the earth, there was a strange thing. What was the strange thing? There was darkness upon the surface of the deep. And darkness was all over. And God said, let there be light, quick. So, what God didn't tell you is that when he was creating the heavens and the earth, he didn't tell you that there will be some darkness in between. He created it to be balanced. Bishop Dag the other day taught something that if you see how you are walking, and go more life because one anti kwana wuti kwa chia kofum na one anti unim se wo life no, but one unim se one anti street, but also scientifically now. You see science methods be na say what dan kra na one anti, but one unim se one anti street. And it's something that okay, I'm saying, is that how it is? In science, they are different thing altogether. Yeah, science is times we are but he tried to explain the whole thing for her. So you got to understand, say, life now, certain things will be hurt from you. God will hold them up. He wants you to do certain things for him to release it. So as we are journeying in these studies of what God didn't tell us, you got to understand that in the book of 2 Kings 4, if you read it, the woman did something. When he had the problem, he ran to the prophet. And there were 4 things the woman did. They gave bed, they gave table, they gave stool, and they gave candlestick. And I said the woman was very humble, observant, caring, and she knew where to go when there was trouble. As we continue to teach these studies, I will encourage you to subscribe and follow us. Tomorrow, we're going to continue. And I'll be grateful for you to watch again. Watch us tomorrow. Let's pray. Father, in the name of Jesus, thank you for this. As we teach what you didn't tell us, Lord, help us to understand and open the eyes of understanding that will be a blessing to many. In Jesus' name. So I won't find yes, it's an opportunity for you. Can some way dimach is already yes. And a day, may fall send me and I'm a crajon. Trumedi, I won't go home. I will yes to him. Amen. Lord, I pray for such person. I pray for your protection over their life. Help them, change them, we soak them into the blood of Jesus. I will yes to him. Amen. Thank you. Bye bye.